Yo guys, what is up? Hope everyone's well. I'm just checking if we are live. Uh, duh, 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 duh. We are even closer now to TikTok being banned, which sucks. But who knows? It could get turned around last minute. I think there was a hearing yesterday, actually, for TikTok. I don't really know what the outcome was, but it really does suck if it does get banned in the US. I feel bad for just everybody that's built up their business and relied on TikTok. Some marketers will say, well, it's your fault. Like, you should never rely on one channel. You should diversify. And I absolutely agree. But it's still annoying. Very, very annoying. One of my regrets on TikTok is just not going down the YouTube route sooner. YouTube is hard work. But the outcome of YouTube seems to be like pretty big compared to TikTok. TikTok's like short form. People skip through you. I think that's partly why you get like such large views and such high volume of engagement and even followers. It's just you get people that the way they consume content is very quickly, and some people pay attention to you, but I feel like on YouTube, people really pay attention. I could probably name more YouTubers that I remember than people on TikTok. People on TikTok for me are like very much a meme, one-time thing. Yeah, they're kind of like a trend. Whereas YouTube, I feel like I have more of an emotional investment. One sec. Some good news though, guys. I have built and released my SEO tool, which I'm going to try and show you actually. Let me see if I can get it open on Slack, because I sent it to my friend last night. Let me get a link. What country are the metrics from? United Kingdom. How are your sales in January compared to December? My sales in January are better than December in terms of ROAS. That's how I'm measuring it. Just high ROAS. I think there's just less competition, and then I guess, you know, like in December we built up a lot of our audiences in these brands, and so, you know, now it's converting sort of thing, if you know what I mean. You know, if they didn't convert then, they convert now. It's kind of how I'm seeing it. So that's helping, and B2B actually is working really well. Like B2B, you've got people in the mindset, and I don't know how long this will last, but you've got people in the mindset who are very open to change, right? It's like new year, new me, that type of mindset. Yes, I'm interested in looking at a new agency or looking at taking on their service. I found that that's the case in January, every year, to be honest. Whereas in December, like in service-based businesses, or when you're doing like, you know, big contracts, it's very much, oh, I'm going off for Christmas, like let me come back and let you know. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, overall it's doing good. How much I must pay for B2B? I think you mean financial, right? In English, financial leads in B2B. It depends what you're selling. You know, you could be paying as little as $10. You could be paying $100. Depends on what you're selling, the market you're in. So are you in the US? Are you in Spain? Yeah, it comes down to that as well. Do I think dropshipping is still worthy? I didn't. And then I had someone come out and work with me who's doing dropshipping and changed my mind. This actually happened to me in the last 30 days. I started working with these guys, and to be honest, like, I mean, I'll show you the results. And they're selling a product that is extremely saturated. What do you think? Oh, hey man, on YouTube. Sorry, I just missed your comment. What do you think is the biggest difference in ads in EU and US? EU obviously has more regulation with privacy laws. You've got GDPR and all that stuff. Aside from that, Europe is a very untapped market. Especially some of the smaller regions that no one talks about. I always talk about Croatia. Croatia is like very profitable. Switzerland obviously is quite a big place. That's always one that comes up. Germany is another one. Too many brands are focused on the US. The US, UK, Australia, and Canada. And they're also the ones with the most competition. And so if you're doing something, let's just say dropshipping, you can make a lot of money in the European regions because just the way that they look at ads and the saturation is just a completely different market. But anyway, dropshipping. Let me show you. And the only reason why these guys have actually made money is because of the website. This is the first month running ads ever. Okay, these guys have very small budgets. 4,300 euros. Not crazy numbers. You know, I've got, I can share it now. I've got another client here who makes what these guys have done in 30 days in, well, they make 3 times that per day. Let me show you last 7 days in comparison. $93,000 in 7 days versus this is 4,300. So they are small numbers. But conversion rate is 2.7%. Let me go back to the store that I just showed you that did 93,000 in 7 days. Look at the conversion rate, 1.09%. And I'm running ads for both stores. And I'd say the only reason why these guys have actually made what they've made is because they heavily invested into the landing pages. Like, the content is good. It is dropshipping. And the only reason why it's working is because of literally the brand. They built what I would call like a minimum viable brand in a short space of time. You know, they kind of like winged it, if you know what I mean. So this has changed my mind about dropshipping. I'm not going to do it. I'm still going to be careful if I get any leads through of dropshippers when I'm working with me, but this did open my eyes. And on the ad side, like, all we're doing is broad in the UK. That's literally it, which is wild. And the same with this one too, like $93,000, I think per month we're doing, well, let's have a look. Come on. 700k a month, right? Literally the same structure. It's broad. We have DPAs. We obviously have bottom of funnel, retargeting engagement, that works really well. And the only difference between campaigns is demographic. Like, we have UK in one, we have US in another, then we have like Europe, rest of the world, that type of structure. We have Google Search, Google PMax. They have TikTok organic, email marketing, which definitely gives a push. Like, these little spikes here are usually from email going out or SMS. What am I using? I was showing you Shopify just then. What products? It's fashion, which is crazy. Doing ads in the Netherlands right now. Do you see fluctuating CPAs this month? I don't have any data really to give you that answer. I could have a look. I'm about to start working with someone in the Netherlands. So I'll let you know how that goes. Fairly low ticket for dropshipping. Yeah, it is. I think the AOV is like 70 euros when I looked. We implemented an upselling Shopify tool. That's definitely had some effect. Do I use any server-side tracking? Yeah, I use Elevar. I made a video the other day actually. I'm going to post it hopefully today about that. The brands that you see here getting these types of numbers Funny story. As soon as we implemented it, well, I didn't do it. We actually paid for the add-on. You know, the $1,000 add-on when they do it for you. As soon as that was implemented, this revenue went up like crazy. And their ads were working well. Their ads get like 4x ROAS, which is pretty decent when you're spending like 100k a month. Why did you change to WeTracked out of interest? Have I got Skype? No. I've got WhatsApp, I've got Slack, Telegram, Instagram DMs, TikTok DMs, obviously my website, email. But I don't use Skype. Last time I used Skype was when I was gaming, and that was like, wow, 10 years ago. Forex ROAS is great. You changed because you feel like LVR wasn't that accurate. Interesting. I mean, I've not seen that. I've seen LVR to be the most accurate. I've tried all of them. I've even used obviously like Triple Whale or True ROAS. Those tools, in my opinion, are useless. They don't help at all, and they're for people that I think they're for people that are procrastinating. Like the dropshipping brand, I've worked with quite a few of the years. They don't get those results that quickly. And we didn't use Triple Whale. We didn't use any of this stuff. And I found that the brands that have come to me, like when I've done orders, the brands that have come to me who are using like Triple Whale or True ROAS are the ones that aren't making any money. And the ones that aren't using it are making loads of money. I think it's because they're like hyper focused on really small things that don't actually shift the needle. And really they're just procrastinating because they know that they need to change the landing page or improve the product or the brand or sort something else out. But then instead they're looking at which ad set got a slightly higher ROAS or a slightly higher click-through rate. That's just how I say it anyway. What am I most excited about at the moment? It's in terms of social content or ads? Social content, LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn video is very interesting at the moment. I've started posting on there and I'm not getting any virality, but what I am getting is people following me who are from like really big companies like CMOs of large Fortune 500s, which is very weird, to be honest. So I think LinkedIn video is pretty interesting if you're in B2B. Do I have tips for increasing conversion rate? Yeah, I do. So conversion rate, there's actually a report out by Neil Patel that I would take a look at. It's on his Instagram. I made a video about it actually. And it shows you the biggest drivers of conversion rate. And a lot of it's down to the offer and having FOMO. So, you know, you show like a special price, you have the countdown, you show people that are buying it, you show the hype that's behind it. That really drives conversion rate. So, you know, FOMO, look at the offer, try and drive a sense of urgency. Social proof is really important. Like you want people talking about the product on TikTok and you want to embed those videos into your landing page. What you don't want is just like the product in a white background. That just doesn't really work. You want to have your brand story, like who are you guys, what's the story, just making yourselves look more and more legit. Reviews help, FAQs, you definitely need that. And just like you need good content that breaks down the landing page. Jody Skin was always a good example of a brand with a solid landing page. And to be honest, I think they've really optimized it now. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get on their landing page. These guys are very good for inspiration. If this loads. Lost the version. Let me get to this. I'm in dark mode actually, so let me turn this off because I'm using an extension that does it for you. 1 sec. All right. Let me refresh this. Okay, here we go. So this is called jolieskinco.com. I've not actually been to the landing page for a while, so it might have been optimized and changed. But when I first found these guys, they had so much content. They were probably A/B tested, to be honest. But just everything about this. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Yeah. So this top one here, right? In the image carousel, notice how they've got like a mixture of labels around the product, a review, easy installation. You get the information straight away. Then just scroll down, fill the channel ahead. It talks about the benefits. Removes chlorine, like straight away you understand what it's removing. And obviously this comes with time. Yeah, you have to figure out the benefits, what your customers are buying into. Then it's really highlighting. So their big selling point is getting rid of these issues, like less tangled curly hair, less acne, better skin, blah blah blah. So they really push that. Then you have these drop downs. These are nice, like you can build these in Shopify. What's in the box? They actually used to have a section for this rather than it being a drop down. So it's interesting that they changed that. They got specs. Then this here, this is really important. Look at all these people on TikTok talking about this. Obviously, all these people be paid, so it's a little bit overhyped. I think like these days, this type of content is gonna die out because it's like, oh, another brand paying people to talk shit about products. Yeah, all these look like really overproduced, but either way, they still work for now. Then you've got like the backing of experts, right? Clinically proven, trusted by experts. More testimonials. And then why? Why do you need this product? Us versus them. You obviously see ads like this all the time. This is probably the best review system I've ever seen on a page. Allowing people to sort by issues. And then again, you got more social proof. Like, just check it out for yourself. Like, this landing page is the highest converting landing page, I think. I think everyone should replicate it. Fashion. Fashion is completely different strategy. Let me see. Let's use Gymshark as an example because it's an easy one to kind of understand. Let's go to men's gym clothes. With fashion, right? I don't know where you're based, but if I go to let's go to this, right? This is a running t-shirt. Wow, what is going on with this site? Can I not even click on it? Here we go. So this is Gymshark. Obviously they're athleisure, whatever the term is, sportswear. Product image. You pair it with this. What community says, like how they value it. And that's it, right? They don't have much on there. The reason why is because you are literally buying Gymshark because of, and I can't even show you because my mouse is screwed up. You're buying it because of that shark logo. You're buying it because of brand. Right? There's no other reason you would really buy this. Obviously there's quality, it might feel comfier, there might be some kind of material in it. These are benefits, but The reason why it's £50, the reason why people are buying it is because of brand. If you look at Gymshark as a brand, you find that the way that people look is kind of the same. There's a culture, there's like a community that's built out of this, and so you are buying into that. You know, Gymshark have literally sponsored probably the biggest influencers on Instagram. Like, look at all these guys right here. You've got girls who are in shape. You've got guys who are in shape, doing cool things at the gym. And they're all wearing this product. Some of your favorite fitness influencers are wearing it. So it builds this brand, this feeling. And that's what you've got to do to succeed in fashion. That's why most fashion brands are like not succeeding right now and they die. It's because they don't have brand. And instead they get obsessed with like, let's produce it in Portugal and let's use sustainable materials and let's talk about how our products are sustainable. People care about it, but really they don't give a shit. They want to buy into a brand. They want to feel cool like this. Do you know what I mean? I want to feel like these guys. I want to feel like I'm doing well in the gym. So that's what you buy into. And it's the same with like Gucci. Like the cost to produce these products, I believe is like very little. But again, it's on brands. Like who wears Gucci? How do you feel? Like I see people all the time buying Gucci and I think it's pointless. But they want to feel rich. They want to feel like luxurious and maybe even to the point that they feel better than other people. There's the term in luxury fashion called costly signaling. So you're kind of walking around showcasing that you have some money. Whether that's true or not is a different question. But that's why brands are so powerful. What's that? Let me turn this ad off. Yeah, brand is everything. You know, obviously Nike is another one. Or Nike. You are paying for that. If I type in running shoes, right? Nike running shoes. £285. Oh my days, my extension is completely... Why is it opening that porter? My Google Chrome is completely messed up at the moment. I don't know. I was going to show you the comparison between like, you know, normal running shoes and Nike. And just look at them. There's no difference. It's just literally brand. If you start a fashion brand, my opinion would be that before you even get the product, you try and build almost like a mood board on Instagram. You get hype around it. You get people talking about it. There's a guy in the UK that did it. Ash White, I think his name is. He was the founder of Hera. His new brand, like, they were just getting people to wear a hoodie with a printed logo and standing on top of like a Bugatti in London, and just creating some mayhem around that before they even went and produced the product. My opinion on Billy Grace. I don't have an opinion, I guess. I'm just looking at them now on my phone. Are they good? Interesting name. But to answer your question, like, do you need Triple Whale and all that? My answer is no. In my experience, you don't. I worked with Flora Queen for a while. They're the biggest company probably in the world that do flower delivery. They're spending up to 50,000 euros a day. And when I was working with them, they had a ridiculous amount of ad accounts. They basically had one Google ad account per country, and the same in Facebook. They set it up like that. I didn't really recommend it, but we didn't use Triple Whale. We used none of that stuff. And the same right here. This brand that I work with, 700k a month. We don't use Triple Whale. And their ad spends are above 100,000 a month. They're getting these crazy revenues. What we're using instead is kind of the old school way. So I'll actually show you. This is an example from 2022, and some of the data is missing, but the brands at those sizes, we're tracking like how many orders per day in the UK, the US, rest of the world. Like, you obviously have that split to be however you need it, and then you track order volume, how much revenue you're making per day. Here we've been tracking the AOV by day, looking at versus last week, just corporate stuff really, like spreadsheets in it, how much you spend per day across all your marketing. And then this is the most important metric, spend rev percentage. Sorry, my browser is so messed up today. So the target is 26%, and this was December 2022. We ended the month on 26.7%. So we focus on this, and we track this, and you don't need to look at like ad accounts and all that. You just track your total spend versus total revenue. Very simple. And then you use these numbers to kind of dictate your strategy. So yeah, as we're getting at the start of the month, we can afford for this number to go higher, so we'll prospect. And come to the end of the month, we want days like this, 16%, 21%, 23%, 21%, because we've been retargeting, we've been doing like a sale. And that's just got better results. Your attribution is so far off. 200 purchases this month. You see 500 in Shopify. It could be down to. I mean, I don't know what your brand is, but are you getting sales from organic? Missing 300 purchases is like a crazy amount. I don't think Triple Whale will solve that. If you were missing 30%, which is average, like you under attribute around 30% of your conversions, you would be missing about 150 conversions. You'll double that. So what I'd probably look at is server-side tracking, if you haven't already. Get a developer or some kind of pro to look through that. Look inside of Ads Manager on the Pixel, look at event match quality, make sure that's high. Make sure you have advanced matching turned on so you're actually tracking customer information. Another common thing I see is that cookie banners, brands that use cookie banners, if the user doesn't accept that banner, then they don't get tracked. So start with making sure, like do an audit to make sure that your tracking is correct in Facebook in terms of its setup. You're doing server side, you're getting all the information, all the parameters, and then start looking maybe in GA4, analyze where that traffic's coming from for the sales. A lot from your organic audience. Yeah, that's what I mean. So then it could just be that ads aren't actually delivering. You're doing post engagement retargeting. Wow, that rarely works for me. What's the brand called? Villy.io. Okay, let's take a look. Very interesting. High price products. Let's have a look at your Instagram. Oh, I think I've seen this brand before actually. You guys in Paris? I think I drove past it. I drove past this shop in Paris, and there were people queuing outside, like, for ages, and they were selling bags. I have a feeling, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. I just looked at your Instagram. But I worked with a brand who are at a similar price point, and we optimized for purchase, and then we also looked at landing page views. That worked really well, but engagement, we struggled.